It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Hey man, today we're going to be talking about two laws distribution, okay? This is actually a video that I've been meaning to make for a while, finally getting around to it. Let's just go ahead and get into what is two laws distribution, who they are, what they're about, and then we're going to get into the actual specifics on how you release music through them, what their policies are, what some of the pros and cons are, if there are any cons, how long it takes to upload, how long it takes before your music gets on the DSPs, all of that type of stuff. We're going to go over that today. So first thing I'm going to do is share my screen so that you can see the actual website, the layout, and then we'll go from there. All right, so the first thing you see on the Two Laws website is Be Heard Everywhere, worldwide music distribution for independent artists and labels made easy. Okay, so we're on the Two Laws website. As you can see, I'm already signed up on here, so you see me in the corner up there. Disregard that. One of the first things that catch my eye on this website is all of the different stores that they're sending your music to. These are not just your standard DSPs, okay? You see Spotify, TikTok, Meta, Tidal, cool, Pandora, SoundCloud, Sound Exchange, right? So that Sound Exchange automatically means that you can get some sort of music publishing royalties, right? Because when your music is played on any internet radio station, Sound Exchange is the one that's going to be collecting on that, and you can have that hooked up with your Two Lost account. You got Treble, you got Vivo, Amazon Music, BMAT. BMAT is actually a website that will track your music being used on TV and film or different broadcasts. So off rip, I'm seeing some things on here that standard distribution companies that I've come across, others that I've reviewed on this channel, they just don't have it at this current moment. Sell your music unlimited and everywhere. That's pretty standard across the board. You see artists like Dizzy Wright over here. Make collaboration easy. They have easy splits. It's supposed to be free splits on here, but I've heard some things from collaborators that they had to pay $5.99. It might be a one-time fee or something like that, but I need to take that up with some folks over at Two Lost, but it's supposed to be free. They also offer advanced funding for artists. Get early access up to 8 years of future earnings from your music catalog and upcoming releases. I believe that this advanced funding is through BeatBread. And for anybody that does not know how BeatBread works, you have to have a minimum, I believe, of 5,000 monthly streams in order to get advanced funding. So I believe it's around the same margin with Two Lost. Don't quote me, but that's just what I believe. And just to be transparent, if you're not getting at least 5,000 monthly streams, you probably would not want to get in advance on your royalties anyway, because you're not going to get that much. Share your releases, auto-generate release links that provide options on where to listen, perfect for sharing your new releases all in one place. Deep dive into your data, monitor your sales, streams, and earnings data in a dedicated analytics portal, access comprehensive daily trend reports, and transparent monthly statements. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you guys any of my actual data because it takes a few months before they actually calculate all of that into your dashboard. That's pretty standard across all distribution platforms as well. I've got a single out called Trendsetter. It's only been up for a little over a month, so nothing's been calculated on that just yet. When it comes to pricing, right? Manage your music business from one place. So your standard artist plan is $2.99 per month. This is going to be the lowest that you're going to find on the market pretty much. I mean, $3 times 12, that's $36 in a year. Or you can outright just pay $20 per year up front and you're covered. That's for one artist, unlimited releases. So if you wanted to drop 100 songs, 100 projects per year, it's included. If you want to upgrade to a label plan, which means that you're releasing music from yourself and other artists, if you have a company that you're trying to launch, $5.99 per month, or just a flat rate of $35.99 per year. This is one of the lowest that you're going to get. Again, free forever collaborator plan. I need to get a little bit more concrete information on that, but we'll move on. They say distribution to more stores, digital distribution to more stores than any other distributor. We deliver your releases the same day to 250 plus stores and platforms. Again, you have access to advanced funding if you're performing well on streaming. You get free ISRC and UPC codes, which is pretty standard across the board at any distribution company you go to. You keep 100% of your royalties. Just for transparency, understand that all the DSPs take 30% by default before you get your 100% share. So although the distributors don't control that, I always like to put that disclaimer out there. So that's 100% of royalties after the DSPs take their 30. You get dedicated support. I've put in a couple support claims with Two Lost and they've always gotten back to me. So that is good. It takes a couple days. It's not instantaneous or anything. It may take 2-3 days, business days, but they'll get back to you. Analytics and trending reports, that's for your sales and streams. I already talked about that. They say 250 stores. I think it's up to 400 now. As of the last time I talked to Dame, it's more than a lot of the other companies out there. Global market reach. 2Loss delivers your music globally to all major stores. Build your fan base in over 200 global territories and be heard in emerging markets such as Asia and South America. You can set up your own release, of course. You're going to be able to put your artwork, contributors, credits. And your credits are actually more elaborate through 2Loss than any other company that I've gone through as well. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to do like a dummy release. I'm not going to actually upload and release it, but I'll walk through the process. Spotify windowing. For a 2-week period ahead of your official release date, make your music available only to Spotify premium users. That is a very interesting feature right there. Then you have the playlist portal where you can actually submit your new releases directly to official store curators and their network of influential independent curators. So before schedule, like once you upload your music and it gets processed and accepted on 2Loss, you can go to the playlist portal and you can submit your music to 2Loss to have them pitch it to playlist for you. Unfortunately, not everybody's going to make it through. This is something that's actually curated. So if they don't feel like they see the potential in your record, you're going to get declined. I don't know anyone that's actually got accepted. All I can say is I got declined when I tried it. It's okay though. If you're an artist that decides to retire, they say don't want to continue paying a subscription fee. Do you want to keep your releases in stores and services forever? No problem. Non-subscribed accounts are accounts that discontinue their subscriptions and decide not to take down their releases. These accounts will continue to earn 85% of your royalties. You can resubscribe at any time to start receiving 100% of the royalties once again. So let's say you decide I'm retiring from music, right? But I don't want to take down my music. I want people to still enjoy it over time, right? You can deactivate your subscription to 2Loss and they will actually keep your music up forever. And they're only going to take 15% of your earnings because they're keeping it up beyond the point of you paying for a subscription. I don't know any other company that's going to do that. I think other distributors make you pay a yearly fee just to keep your music up. In this case, you're not necessarily going to have to do that because they'll say, all right, you no longer want to be a part of us. Cool. We're still going to keep your music up. We're just going to take 15%, which is a small fee. And just for clarification, a standard distribution deal in the industry, most are going to give you an 80-20 split anyway. So you keeping 85% of that, even though you're no longer releasing music, even though you're no longer paying a subscription, that is pretty much ahead of the curve. All right. So just wanted to come on here and say that real quick. All right, let's get into actually creating a release here. For the title, I'm just going to put dummy song. Artist name is already in the system because I've already uploaded something with them. Let me put this as a single. Thank you. All right. Artwork. I don't have artwork for this, but you know, you're going to upload some sort of artwork. I'm actually going to use their AI generator. If you don't have artwork for your music already, I'm glad I didn't have any artwork so I can actually show this on screen. So they generate copyright-free cover artwork using artificial intelligence. Type in your creative direction and we will generate the cover artwork for your release. Okay? Let's just do that. So the AI artwork, it's not that advanced. This is something that they got to work on. I'm not going to give them a knock on this because there's not too many other platforms out there that do this right now. We're going to go with this ugly motherfucker right here, okay? So just keep in mind, you might want to go hire somebody to do your artwork, okay? AI is something that's constantly developing. 2-3 years from now, it'll probably be seamless. There's other platforms out there that could generate AI artwork for you as well. If that's something you're interested in, we're just not covering that right now. Something I want to point out, my first release that I put out through 2Loss, I took 2 weeks out, all right, for it to go up. But 2Loss actually takes time to accept and approve your music. Now, what does that mean? They're actually going to run it through their system. I think they have somebody physically listen to your music to make sure that there's no copyrights or anything violating in there. They're also going to be checking for if you're using content ID'd production. Okay. So this is a little bit stricter than some of the other platforms out there, especially for you artists that are leasing beats. If they can detect that your beat is content ID'd somewhere on the internet, they're going to ask you to upload your actual beat license. So if you're out here leasing beats off of different producers on BeatStars, etc., make sure that you're saving those license agreements, because if you're distributing through Two Loss, you're going to need it. Otherwise, they may not approve your song for release, and then you're going to be frustrated. If you've released this song before and you're switching it from another distributor or something, you can add the original release date so that it stays consistent. You can add a pre-order date where it will become available for pre-save and pre-order on iTunes while iTunes is still out there. You can also define your time and time zone, whether you want it to drop on Eastern time, Pacific time, Central time, whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever is best for you. Of course, you're going to choose your genre. It's the same stuff. English, whatever language you are. If you have no lyrics at all, you can hit that, continue. You put your label. Mine is Pen Game Portfolio Music. Y'all know everything I do is Pen Game Portfolio. Your copyright inline, of course. Your C line, my P line is J Nolan Music. I will put Pen Game Portfolio here again. You can manually select the stores if you want. I don't suggest you do that. Just let them do it themselves, because they already got all the stores in here and they're not going to charge you anything additional. Enable YouTube Content ID. That's an option. I typically don't content ID my music, because if somebody wants to upload my song and share it, I don't want them to have complications, especially if you're out there submitting to stuff like Submit Hub, and some of them are YouTube channels that'll share your music to their thousands of followers and subscribers. They're going to want to be whitelisted, and sometimes the whitelisting process can be a little bit extra. So I don't really content ID on YouTube. That's up to your discretion. Also, if you're not paying for your beats, if you're downloading and illegally taking people's stuff and trying to upload music, don't run content ID. You're already violating, right? It's already not a good stripe on your sleeve. But then if you put content ID on it, you're literally stealing even more from the original producer. You don't actually own that copyright. And even when you lease beats, a lot of producers don't want you to actually put content ID on those beats, because they already have content ID on those beats, right? You don't own the copyright just because you lease a beat, okay? It's a tough pill to swallow, I know, but that's just the truth. Now, you can also upload it for SoundCloud monetization and content protection. You can also connect it to your Sound Exchange, like I said earlier in the video. You got to have a Beatport account in order to make this a thing. I don't, so I'm going to untick that. Juno download, TrackLib. I don't have a purpose in putting my music on TrackLib. I don't want nobody sampling me at this current time, so I'm good on that. And whenever you see this caution sign over here, you're not going to be able to move forward with your track if you never put anything in here. I'm not actually going through with this, so I'm just going to put one of my songs on my hard drive on here. I'm not going to show y'all this. From there, you will be able to hit save changes and publish. I'm not publishing this record, so I'm not going any further here. That's the basic process. Now, once you get all of that in here, there's more that you can do. You can edit track information. When you edit track information, it's going to be the title, right? Version, language. If you already have an ISRC code, you could put one in. If you want them to automatically assign one for you, they'll do that. Same with the ISWC, right? You can dictate where in the song you want it to go on TikTok. So if you have a great section in the 30-second area, you could say, I want it to start playing on TikTok at the 30-second mark. Participants, this is where you get into your artist roles and splits. I'm J Nolan. I'm the primary artist. If there's another primary artist on here, you could click add new. I'm not going to do that. You can also assign writers. I'm Jamar Nolan. That's my real name. Lyricist. I can also add a producer, right? Role, lyricist, instrumentalist, put their name. Cool. I'm going to delete that because I don't have nobody else assigned with this. Additional credits. Executive producer, you could add a producer, album art direction. You could put the studio in here. You could add a guitarist. So anybody that contributed to your song can officially be added with Two Loss. This is also an edge that they have on other distribution platforms, because a lot of the others don't let you add all of these different credits. They even get down to legal team, performance rights organization, who inspired the song, a production company, if you want to add special thanks. So this is really helpful when you're uploading an album, because now you can officially add all of the same album credits that you would have had if you would have put out a physical CD and somebody was going through your pages. It's not the same effect, of course, and you could adjust the splits. Once you input all of this information, you will go down to publish. Today, I'm not publishing anything. So all in all, what is my assessment of 2 Law's distribution? I think that they have a lot of pluses working in their favor, right? Number one, no other company out there allows you to integrate with Sound Exchange. A lot of you upcoming artists, rising artists, I know y'all probably not registering with Sound Exchange. Make sure that you have an account that's active. If you don't, get that ASAP so that you can connect that. Because again, if you're getting any spins online, you want to be able to collect on that money. Number two, a lot of distribution companies out there don't have access to advanced funding. I know everybody's not going to qualify for that. It's hard to get streams, but it's an option that's out there for you. And just read over your terms and agreements if that's something you're interested in. They deliver to more stores than just about any of the competitors. You keep 100% of your money. If you're just an artist releasing your music, it's only going to cost you $3 per month or $20 per year to keep this account active. Again, this is lower than a lot of the other competitors. This is for an artist that's very serious, buying your beats, making sure that when you lease beats, you keep those license agreements because they're going to verify this stuff to make sure that you're not violating anybody's copyright. It can be annoying, but also it covers you in the long run. 2 Loss is more so of a boutique type of situation. They have people that's going to be watching what you're doing. You could possibly be upstream to a direct distribution deal, if I'm not mistaken, through 2 Loss. You can submit your song to playlist opportunities where they'll pitch on your behalf. Most of the distribution companies out there today don't have that. You can also do a publishing admin situation with 2 Loss where they'll collect all your publishing royalties on your behalf if that's something you're interested in. Overall, I think they're an excellent option out there if you're a serious, dedicated artist that's in this for the long haul. I think 2 Loss is a great option for you. I think you should sign up, test it out for yourself. I'm a journeyman in the game of music distribution. So as y'all know, I try out everybody. I sign up for everybody. And if I think that the policies are a little bit too much for me at the time, I may not move forward. There's certain things that stick out to me as an independent artist that's doing the DIY thing. I handle all of my business on my own. I don't have a manager. I don't have an agent. I don't have a business manager. All partnerships that I have are for sync, publishing administration. I have songs that are with different publishers and catalogs, right? So that is how my team works, but I'm still overviewing everything at this current point in my career. Not having information or not having the knowledge of the business, it puts you at a disadvantage. With 2 Loss, they're going to help you kind of catch up a little bit, but you got to know how to take advantage of them. Again, such as doing things like saving your licensing agreements, making sure that you actually know the name of the producer, right? Making sure that you have an email that they can be contacted at so that they can actually accept the splits. Make sure that you have documentation of splits. You know what I'm saying? All of these types of things are going to come in handy, especially as you go further in the music industry. You're going to want to keep files and documents of what you're doing, who you're working with, and who's supposed to get what. Okay. Now at this point, I'm pretty sure some of y'all are like, dang, bro, you got a code for us? No, I don't. It's $3 a month. If you don't want to sign up for $3 a month, you're penny pinching. All right. So go on 2loss.com, sign up, get your artist plan, upload your first record. Try to have at least a 2-week window. I would even say 3 weeks to a month before you expect it to go live on DSPs, because there will be a couple questions that they ask you in the process, which will prolong the processing. Okay. Check it out. See it for yourself. I think this is really good. I think they're very valuable. I have a new single out called Trendsetter that's out through 2 Loss. I also have my next album called Southside Nolan that's already been uploaded. It's already set to come out on December 1st through 2 Loss distribution. And I did run into, having to upload my license agreement. So that's why I'm telling y'all in advance to have that stuff so you won't have to be frustrated like me, right? Because it challenged me to get back on my organization and I had to go through my emails and look up some different stuff to find it. If you need that stuff, download it first, then upload. All right. Much love and respect. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mile. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no gunner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.